Is Star Trek Discovery getting any better? Of course not. It's Star Trek Discovery. We're season three seasons in, and it's still just this after-school special, 12-year-old CW, lowest common denominator, garbage, crybaby Trek that it's been for years. For the past 3 years. Hello, everyone. I am MechaRandom42, the one, the only, the original, your favorite YouTube consumer advocate, Harpy. I have been trying all afternoon to find something to say about this show, about this episode that doesn't come off as insensitive, because that's obviously not my intent. As somebody in the alphabet community myself, which, first off, I don't like having to drop that every time I talk about the gay characters. Second off, why are all the gay characters always segregated in this show anyway? But since that's their selling point and that's their marketing point, that's really the only thing we can talk about in this episode. There's this whole huge convoluted plot where you've got this mystical song that plays throughout the galaxy that Adira has played on the cello, that a few episodes back, some security, was he a security guy? Whatever the crap he was the guy in charge of the seeds from all of the plants in the universe. That guy, he was playing that in his little compound or planet or whatever the crap all those seeds were. And obviously, we're probably going to get to a point in time where something happens where Michael Burnham was the cause of that song, and she projected that throughout the galaxy so she could be the one to save the day after screwing up and breaking the galaxy in the first place. That's probably where this is going to go, because this is about as well written and easily predictable as a CW after school special sort of type of show. And I know after school specials weren't on CW, but that's what it feels like. When the characters aren't crying that they were actually able to do their jobs that they went through, they allegedly went through Starfleet Academy and, military training to do. Because let's face it, you want somebody who's going to keep a cool head, somebody who's going to be able to stay calm and be able to function in a life and death sort of situation without breaking down into tears, without having a massive anxiety attack. Because what happens when characters do have massive anxiety attacks and things like that on Star Trek, right? Well, they request to... They recognize that about themselves. They go to their captain and say, hey, I'm going through something. In the case of Data before, when he was going through his experience with the emotion chip, for example, he went to Captain Picard and was like, can you deactivate me? Picard's like, get bent. When 7 of 9 couldn't handle the Borg children that she was assigned to take care of, she thought she couldn't anyway. She went to her captain and said, this is more responsibility than I'd like to have. And what happens is you have these characters who get the encouragement they need to be as good as they are. That's not what happens in Discovery. No, these characters end up patting themselves on the back for adulting. That's what it really boils down to. This is the ultimate millennial and Zoomer age sort of show. And yeah, I'm older than I look. Where all they do is talk down to their superiors pretty much, and have to correct the elders. Oh, we have to teach you a thing or two. And then they cry about everything. They have to cry about their feelings. They have to reward themselves. And I like the character of Kayla Detmer. Make it better for her. When she's flying whatever ship she has to fly, she has this massive anxiety because, oh, I can't fly it. I need all these safety parameters. And then she flies fine without them. And like, yay, I did it. I did the thing I was hired to do. Why didn't they get somebody more competent? Than somebody who's clearly going to break down at the sign of everything. Maybe Michael Burnham shouldn't have put them all in the circumstances where they're all going through this massive amount of, anxiety and depression, whatever they're going through. But man, this is the worst bunch of crybaby sort of Trek that I've ever seen. And if you want your Star Trek reduced to lectures about how people want to address by their pronouns, then this is the Star Trek for you. Oh, this is the Star Trek for you, and you are going to love every second of this one. And I like the actor, whatever they want to be referred to as, who plays Adira. I don't find them to be unlikable. I like their interaction with Stamets. I don't know why they had to stop the entire show for the lecture that we would be getting in something like The Babysitter's Club, you know, that's designed for 11-year-olds over there on Netflix about pronouns and about that. Because first off, this is Star Trek. Second off, you've got all these Trill, you know, you've got a Trill symbiote, so you have all these Trill memories and personalities inside of you, right? Which would actually be an excuse to be called they and be confused by it. But no, they have to give this character modern day identity issues, because that's the only reason they're really on the show, is to say, hey, are you non-binary? Do you not identify as male or female and want to be called they? And this character, that's you on screen. That's you on screen. And you can't do anything wrong ever. And you're the bestest thing. And you can write an algorithm that saves the entire day in 2 hours. Oh, but until Michael Burnham comes in, because she's got to save the day better because she's our main character. And that's how the oppression Olympics work. So if this is the Star Trek you want,
they're fast.
Where you get a lecture about, because Stamets says, oh, she's fast. She's so fast at doing algorithms and designing things. And they have to, and Adira, first off, why can't we just refer to characters by their name or their rank? Oh, wait, they don't have a rank. Did they go to Starfleet Academy by any chance? No, they're just a 16-year-old super genius with superpowers of super diversity, I guess. I know, and I know what you're going to say, but Becca, Wesley Crusher was a 16-year-old super genius, and yeah, that wasn't cool either with him, and he was a pretty bad character as well, and I think Star Trek was better for the most part without him. I'll just say it, because he was kind of annoying, kind of unbelievably too good, and we should have learned from the mistakes in the past, right? Even though the episode where he's got the game thing, and he's got Ashley Judd in there, even though that episode was all right, we should have evolved a little bit past this, and to see how society has regressed in the world of Star Trek.
They? Not she.
They, not she. All right. I get where they're trying to go here. I get where they're trying to go. And I appreciate that these characters would probably have this interaction in their downtime if, you know, we were in a day and age like today where these things actually matter. But in Star Trek, you kind of evolve past that, because even Janeway, even Captain Janeway, who did not like being referred to as sir, she said, just say ma'am. I prefer ma'am. And that's all. Because you have this level of growth and maturity and confidence to not have it be something. And they're really playing this off for feels. They're playing this off for feels and drama and emotion. And that's what I always see from all the marketing accounts that go around saying, oh, you just have to empathize with the character. You just have to empathize. Say it a few more times, and I'm sure the little sheep will come and recite that right back, too.
What do you want? When do you want it?
But to be kind of this is why you don't have super immature young people in jobs where they are supposed to be these life and death situations, because there's a lot of stuff that you would prioritize, right? There's a lot of different things you would prioritize. It would be a just in passing sort of thing. It wouldn't stop for this big dramatic heavy pause. And I like these two actors. I like how they play off each other. I like where they're trying to go with this. Sadly, the writing is still so subpar. It's still so subpar. Like, I get that they're trying to have Stamets be this sort of mentor for this character. 1,000 years into the future, it wouldn't be this huge, oh no, people are going to think different of me because I'm this pronoun or I identify this way. It wouldn't be this sort of emotional breakdown almost sort of thing. It would just be something in passing, like, oh, I just prefer they. Can you just say they? I don't feel either. It would be something where it would be so much less melodramatic. It would be so much less crying CW. And they don't cry in there, but I see where they're trying to go with this, where he's trying to mentor this character. But first off, why do you keep segregating the gays on this show? And second off, why can't we just showcase competent, level-headed, cool-headed people that I can aspire to become, instead of a bunch of emotional wrecks who are so obsessed with pronouns and stuff. Like, this isn't the only character, like, every character.
I've never felt like a she or a her.
All right. So, I guess that's the best way, it's the best way to put it. We don't dislike you based on how you identify. We are not trying to deny your existence. We are not trying to minimalize it. We certainly aren't, but just coming from a point of Star Trek, right? You're somebody who has a bunch of Trill symbionts inside of you who have lifetimes of experience. These things kind of, you prioritize differently as you get older, right? You prioritize and you learn. And this is why Star Trek was so much better written when it was written by people with, like, military experience, life experience, philosophical experience, right? Stuff like that. Because for one line that could just be like a throwaway in passing sort of thing, they have to stop the show, have this discussion, and then bring it back with Culber and Stamets, where they make a point to say they about 27,000 times, instead of calling the character Adira, instead of calling them by rank, instead of treating them like they're a grown adult human on this ship that's an actual contributing member of the crew. They're just kind of reducing this to this. Now you are just the pronoun. You are just the non-binary. And by putting so much focus on that, they really, really are detracting from what Star Trek should be right now. And it should be this hopeful, optimistic exploration of finding the best in humanity and not still focusing on so much modern day times stuff. And that's another big issue with this show, is so many people use modern day terminology, language, verbiage, expressions.
This is so fucking cool.
It is fucking cool.
So sorry.
Tilly talks like I do. She'll say stuff like, what the crap, right? That is not this professional, advanced society of people who are out there flying around on starships who got past a lot of their differences, right? That is the chick you work with at the department store is now your boss on a starship because she kissed the right butt. That's what this really boils down to. And yeah, there's this side plot or it's like the main plot actually, where there's also this part. There's three plots in this. This is like the B plot that really doesn't go anywhere. Culber and what's her name, Giorgio, are they're trying to figure out how to heal her, how to fix her, and she just says all this nasty, I'm gonna have your head on my wall and all this crap, because she's kind of playing it like she's got some sort of a dementia, even though her whole body is just breaking down. So there's that B plot. You got the book stuff where he gets the signal from the planet that he grew up on from, I guess, his brother, who, is an excuse to have somebody who looks nothing like him be on set. I don't ask me, whatever. We also have this Orion plot, because he was on that prison camp with the Orion. Was it a prison camp with the Orions? And why do the Orions look so plastic?
The Andorian.
And they're mad because the Andorian's on the starship now. I guess they saved him from that. I totally tuned out. They look plastic. They don't look like they can move their mouths. Why is this? Why is it like when this one moves?
Complicated feelings about the death of your father.
She looks like she's not allowed to open her mouth for more than this because the makeup will crack. It looks like they just put a plastic coating on them. They're not sexy like Orions used to be. So I don't like how the Orions are either. Did she finally kill him? I wasn't even paying that much attention to this one. This show is so hard to pay attention to. Then you got people like Tilly. Well, here's where they find the mystery signal that's going to be this song that plays throughout all of space and time that Adira plays on the cello. I think I'm just going to refer to this character as Adira, the non-binary one, because I don't like reducing people just to their pronouns and their preferences. And here we go. Here's the other big issue I have. And I like the actress a lot. I wanted to see more of these characters. I didn't want to see...
Yes, sir. Commander Stamets is ready.
I didn't want to see so much meltdowns. She actually ends up flying the ship like a big girl. She put on her grown-up pilot wings and could go and fly a ship and do her job that she was allegedly in Starfleet, to do. And there's this little kind of cute... This part wasn't so bad. I know, not so bad in Star Trek.
And execute.
This part wasn't so terrible. He's trying to figure out his new engage or make it so. He's trying to figure out a catchphrase because he's the captain now. All right. That's pretty Star Trek to me. That's kind of cute. I'll give them that. But like a 2-second little moment isn't enough to make up for the bad Star Trek. Oh, and then there's this whole subplot. We gotta skip over this whole subplot on the planet with Michael Burnham and Book, and he's got a brother for just for a bunch of mindless action. Oh, I forgot this part too.
Philippa, you okay?
They're trying to save Philippa by putting her, like, covering her in a bunch of goo, and she bursts out of it.
This is the only way to find out what's wrong with her.
And she has all these flashbacks of being in the Terran Empire. Well, what's wrong with her is that you're trying to make this character way more interesting than they actually are. Sorry, you just are. And that's like the B plot. Then you got the C plot with the Adira. So I guess the Orions wanted Book or something, and the Andorian that had his antenna chopped off. Michael Burnham and Book go to the planet where he was raised, and he and his brother do some weird thing with some yucky CGI locusts. I really tuned out to that because every time they're on screen here in this planet, yeah, this is the brother of Book, because every time they're speaking to each other, it is the most annoying noir dialogue. It is like watching a bad noir, and I don't even want to play it for you. I am not somebody who's a fan of noir at all. Can't stand it, don't like it. Also not a fan of Blade Runner, so you guys can go ahead and cancel me for that one, but it was so painful to sit through. I didn't even know what the crap they were talking about. Oh, it's here where they're patting themselves on the back for being able to fly. I was able to fly, and I had the best co-pilot ever, this Andorian, with their antenna chopped off, because, now I'm going back to the popular table of the people who, I guess, can't even adult. That's what it is. It's Star Trek. We can't even adult. Oh, Tilly's got to go sit with him, because Tilly's the nice one of the Star Trek people. So the whole Book and his brother side plot, I guess Discovery comes in, saves the day, or something. I just zoned out, because anytime Book and Michael Burnham are on screen, I don't really care. But then we get the most overuse of the pronoun. Why can't they just say Adira? Why can't they just call this person by name? That's what I wonder. They had to just drive it home. Let's count the theys.
Until their algorithm finishes.
No. Let them sleep. At that age, whatever they can get is golden.
Gray, stop speaking to them. Their work has been nothing short of stellar. They're really something. Fuss over them, You're not a child.
Technically, they are a child.
Funny.
I lost count. How many theys was that?
9 times.
9 times.
They say they just say it's like they did it just for the cringe compilation. It's cringe level at this point, And no, we're not upset or mocking or anything. Please identify how you choose, and be a little understanding that people are just gonna start referring to people by name and rank when it's so over the top. There's more theys than producers on this show. I know, not really, but still. This episode, we're in the 2s. We're in the unwatchable 2 out of 10. And when you have a gay couple on screen, I don't know, maybe make them a little bit more believable than they're just 2 gay people and you threw together, because that's what it really feels like to me. Because you see, Anthony Rapp didn't even lean in for the kiss there, and that's one of the issues that I have with when you have a lot of, I guess, straight writers writing gay characters, or casting people, I guess, too. You still want to have them to have some sort of level of chemistry. Maybe they do, and it just doesn't show up on screen. I don't know. I am MechaRandom 42. Yeah, we're in the 2s. 2 out of 10. This show. If you like CW drama with people crying and being upset. I didn't even show you half of the cringe in this episode. I didn't show you where Kayla melts down because she could actually fly the thing finally. And I am MechaRandom 42, and I'll see you guys later. Bye. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye!
9 times.
This is so fucking cool.
9 times.
So sorry.